Welcome back to Cardinals and Cards Getting Coffee. I'm your host today, Amelia, and today we're picking up Bishop Trevor Alexander. Hi, Bishop. I swear we'll get there safely. I promise. Thank you for joining me today. I also heard that you're a veteran. So
Yes.
Might be a little controversial. What's the best branch?
Well, for those of you listening, I'm going to tell the truth because I cannot lie. I am a man of the cloth. That the best branch is the Army.
Don't fight in the comments, please. Oh, okay.
She keeps putting my life in danger.
I know. I'm like,
Now you do drive a vehicle.
I swear I have a license. I have a license.
Okay.
I drive to school.
Okay. Because I was just wondering, you know.
So welcome to Cardinals and Cards Getting Coffee. Are you excited to be here?
I'm excited.
Yeah. What are you drinking today?
It's good stuff. Caramel macchiato.
That's pretty good.
Yes, it's good. I do have a question for
We're
you.
getting to the good part.
Some good part. Those shoes.
My shoes.
Y'all can't see it. She's got some silver shoes.
Yes.
And I am telling you, you got to pull off those silver shoes with some confidence. Do you have the confidence with those shoes? Obviously.
Yeah. I mean, confidence is key, and if you don't have confidence, fake it.
Oh, she said fake it. Fake it till you make it, huh?
That's literally my biggest advice. If you do not have confidence, fake it, because no one can tell you don't have it.
I agree with that one. But you was definitely styling and profiling them shoes. I admire them, but I would never wear them.
I told you, I think you can pull it off.
No.
We could be matching. We could be twin.
Now, we can make the date. I got to find me some silver shoes.
Just let me know.
Yeah.
We'll take a picture. It'll be perfect.
Half past never.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
I spent 20 years in the military as an engineer.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. But I received my call into ministry my last 5 years in the military. Then I started going to school in my denomination. And then when I retired, I decided to do something with my life. Right? So I came to UIW, Incarnate College, and got my degree in psychology and religious studies. And then from there, went to Oblate School of Theology for my master's. And then my Christian doctoral is from St. Thomas Christian College and Seminary in Jacksonville, Florida. My call to ministry came later in life. Not, some people come out the womb knowing what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be an engineer, but in some sense, I'm still an engineer.
Yeah.
I'm engineering of the soul. But but I love engineering.
Yeah.
There's buildings and bridges that I built in Germany that are still standing. So pieces of me are still parts of Europe.
What specifically called you to this vocation with her?
Oh man, you really want to know that. So let me tell you this.
I want to know everything.
Yeah. So my life is colorful, right? So young man living in Europe, and I went to church 3 days out of the year. Christmas, Mother's Day, and Easter. Christmas, you have to go. You got to go Easter, otherwise you're a heathen, right? So, no. But I would go on Mother's Day, so when I called home to wish my mother Happy Mother's Day, she would ask me if I went to church, and I would say yes, because I had to go. And so I was never really serious about my call to vocation or anything. I was always a believer. I read the Bible as my first book. And so I've always had a love and an affection for the Bible. But I didn't think I was going to do this for a living.
Yeah.
And then so when I got a call to ministry, it was actually one of the worst parts of my life. My wife and I we lost our first child. So my call to ministry was during that period.
Yeah.
And I wasn't mad at God, obviously, because I answered the call. But I was not expecting a call when I was kind of mourning. And the call came. Yeah. And I had to, ponder, reflect, sat down with my pastor, did some reflecting, soul searching. Then I realized that's where God was calling me, and I answered the call. So I was not on the pinnacle of the mountain when I was called.
Yeah.
I was down in the valley.
Through grief, you can find happiness
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
yes.
It's a journey.
It is a journey.
Why have you decided to make UIW your home?
Wow, it is my home. I've been here 25 years. So I started teaching part-time, and before I came full-time. I've been here full-time 20 years. part-time 5 years, so it's 25 years altogether. However, you got to add my student time. So as a student here, so I've been in close to 28 years.
Wow.
I mean,
You're not tired of it yet?
No. Seriously, I'm not tired yet. But a large portion of my life is here. My kids grew up here. I'm in my 60s, and that's all I'm going to tell you. And
You said I'm not going to age myself.
I'm not going to age myself. One of the reasons why I think UIW works for me. So I came here with a sense of and purpose of my calling, who I was in God, with my denominational lens. But I came and sat in the class, Sister Eilish was actually the teacher.
I know, Sister Eilish.
And we started talking about incarnational theology. And I said, oh my God, I know this. But I didn't know it was incarnational theology.
Yeah.
And so incarnational theology gave me the language to the practices that I was already doing. So one of the things that what UIW became my home, I became comfortable in a place where I can practice who I am with a language to communicate who I am.
What does Black History Month mean to you?
So I used a quote from a quote that I've used periodically, and it's from James Baldwin. Not everything you face can be changed, but nothing can be changed until you face it. So Black History for me is the opportunity to share an authentic story to people who may or may not know it, with the idea that they will receive it, listen to it, and work towards change.
The beloved community.
Oh.
What is it, and how can we achieve
How
it?
do you know about the beloved community?
I did my research.
So I am a King scholar. Right? So Dr. King, we talk about I have a dream. That is the byproduct of this beloved community. So the beloved community for Dr. King, you first got to address what he called the three evils: poverty, racism, and get ready for this, militarization. I was alive when Dr. King was around. He became one of my personal heroes. I was 9 years old, so now you know how old I was. I remember coming home one day, and my parents was in tears. And when they told me Dr. King died, I was in tears. So I had to figure out what am I going to do with that energy. And I could not be at the same platform as he was. So I started studying him. I started reading. I've written articles about Dr. King. So the beloved community, for me, is what Dr. King was trying to get to. With all of God's people, regardless of gender, regardless of skin color, regardless of whatever that is, whatever that difference is, could find a place where we can live in harmony. And Dr. King says that reconciliation is the goal, right? Redemption and reconciliation is the goal of the beloved community. When we can get to that spot, where we can all look at each other and recognize unique differences and appreciate unique differences, and you can look at me and, as I said in my homily yesterday, and see me, and honor my dignity and I honor yours, that's beloved community.
Do you have any advice, for students wanting to learn more about the beloved community?
Yes, take my class. No, read, go look at documentaries, do some education. And if you can, find older members in your community and listen to their stories.
Would you say the same thing for learning more about Black history?
Please don't get me wrong when you listen to this. Rosa Parks is wonderful. Martin Luther King was wonderful. They are not the only ones, right?
Yeah.
Before there was Dr. King, there was Vernon John, right, who was doing all these things. There were people prior to him. There's people in your family who made history, right? We have a wonderful history right here at UIW. In our prayer room on the third floor, right down from Trio, we have a prayer room which is named the Adele Ferguson Prayer Room, Adele Ferguson Pope Prayer Room. She was the first African-American female to graduate from UIW in 1956. She was admitted in 1954. Congress signed a bill in 1964 to integrate schools. So 10 years before there was integration, UIW already started integrating. So we got history right here.
Yeah.
So what brought you into this communication art and all that? What's that background for you?
I like to entertain. I think it definitely has to do with the background that I used to be a dancer.
Really? I don't think I knew that about you.
Really? Yeah, I used to do tap, hip hop. Mm-hmm.
So since you are this wonderful tap dancer and a star in the making, show me your tap dance move.
You got it.
With those silver shoes. My.
You want to try?
Oh, no. Oh, no. I told you I'm in my 60s.
All right, thank you so much for joining me here to have a little chat and some coffee. I appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time.
I enjoyed it.
I had a great conversation with you.